We would be honored if you would join us.
Dad. Drop it.
Groovy.
This is Video Store Clerks. Welcome to the store.
Hey! Hold on, let me turn that off so we don't get a copyright strike. What's up, everybody?
What happened?
Hey! We're here at the Video Store Clerks Podcast. The four clerks are in the house. The four clerks of the video store, taking care of video store business. What's up? I'm Dave.
Yeah, man.
I'm Mike. Chuck. Nasty.
Oh, man. So much fun tonight. Tonight, your clerks take Manhattan.
Yeah.
That's right. We'll be going over the Muppets. The Muppets take Manhattan. And double feature night. And Jason. Jason takes Manhattan. That's right.
Yay!
1989, Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason takes Manhattan. And we might even have some guests stop by. Shit's crazy. But first, man, a lot of shit went down since last week, so let's get to it. Let's get to the news.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I need the news.
And it's coming. There we go.
You got a duck.
I got a bird. I got a bird. I got a.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'd go to another
enough.
shot.
Okay, stop now. Stop now. Stop now. Stop now. Stop now. That's enough. Well, that didn't end well, did it? Peking duck, anyone? Lisa?
Awkward.
Poor bird.
Poor duck.
Man, poor duck.
And he just kept reeling it in.
Well, like we said, a lot of shit's going down the last week, but we'll start with the box. We'll start with the box office. I didn't know if we should because it's not a surprise what came in number one, but let's get to it. Started at number 10. Ray on.
What is that?
I have no idea. But there's a lot of A's in there. So I was trying to. Ray on came in at number 10, opening with $453,000.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Seuss.
Number 9, Fly Me to the Moon. Its third weekend brought in another $768,000. How about that?
How about that?
Number 8, The Fabulous Four. No idea what that is neither, but it opened in 8th place with $1 million. A cool $1 million. Good for you.
Is that a ripoff of the Fantastic Four?
I don't know what that is, man. It's the Fabulous Four. Lucky number 7 this week.
Fabulous.
Once again goes to Bad Boys Ride or Die. I think it's been number 7 for a while, but it brought another $1.3 million. Bad Boys, bad. Oh, man, I cannot. I'm going to get good at this. I'm going to get good at this.
I like Will Smith.
Oh, number 6, A Quiet Place. Day 1 is still hanging in there. It brought in another $3.1 million. Ooh.
I just hope they don't make a day 2.
You're about to take my head off.
I know. Maybe I need to aim elsewhere. Number 5, Long Legs. Another $6.8 million. Are you okay?
There goes his long nose.
Number 4, Inside Out Part 2, still going strong, brought in another $8.6 million. Oh, fuck. That was almost cool.
Almost.
That was pretty smooth little twist you did there.
Yeah, I meant to do that shit.
We're not doing twisters, Dave.
Oh, not yet. But number 3, Despicable Me Part 4, still going strong as well. Brought in another $15 million.
I like Dave. Getting better and better, Dave.
No, successful fail. Number 2, The Twisters brought in another $35 million. Its second weekend. Pretty impressive. You're right. It's a good thing you have that mask on. In first place, which did not come as a surprise to anybody.
Kids movie.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
Demolished the box office. Demolished it.
Still want to see that.
Brought in $211 million in its first weekend. Jumping Jesus. So we should take a moment real quick and acknowledge the opening weekend of Deadpool and Wolverine. It came in 6th place of the highest grossing opening weekends of all time in the United States and Canada, and 11th place worldwide.
And rightfully so.
Great movie. A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
I can't wait to see it.
I got your nose, kid.
In case you wondered, the movie that holds the number 1 spot for highest grossing opening weekend total is Avengers Endgame. $1.2 billion its opening weekend. I think that might sit there for a little while.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a lot. We're not going to get to all this. Robert Downey Jr. broke the internet at San Diego Comic-Con as he was announced as being cast as the lead villain in 2026's Avengers Doomsday. He will be playing Dr. Doom.
Our guest is almost happy.
Is there somebody in the store? Do we have a customer?
Finally?
All right. That's cool.
We did until they saw Mike. It's terrifying.
He's like, wait a minute. What did I sign up for?
So there was a ton of news coming out of San Diego Comic-Con. We're not gonna get to all that, but Bruce Campbell recently commented on the future of the Evil Dead franchise. Quote, "The future is 2 more damn movies. We've got 2 new fabulous directors that have 2 new scripts in the shoot, and we think we've suckered a studio and a cost the dough for both." And
interesting.
Thanks, Bruce.
In other news, we talked a while ago about the new Jay and Silent Bob movie, Jay and Silent Bob Part 3. It has been given a title, and the official title as of now is Jay and Silent Bob Store Wars.
Oh, God. That sounds stupid. That's a stupid title. I'm sorry, but that's a dumb name. I'm so tired of Jay and Silent Bob. I mean, I love Kevin Smith, and I love the Jay and Silent Bob movies, but come on. Do something else.
And tonight we're doing a team up, a double feature. Team up, if you will. Which is good.
Is that all the news?
It's good. No. There's one more thing, because there is a frightening team up on the horizon, ladies and gentlemen. Truly terrifying.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen. Paul Feig. If you don't know or don't remember this guy, he is a director that is mostly responsible for Ghostbusters 2016, among other things. He will be teaming up with a studio that we all know and love. Can you guess what studio that is?
Blumhouse.
Correct.
Oh, God.
Yay.
That's right. The guy that gave us 2016 Ghostbusters and Blumhouse will be teaming up to do a feature film based on a Netflix series, I believe, called The Worst Roommate Ever.
Oh, God. It just sounds stupid.
Worst movie ever.
The worst roommate ever. Did I hear you correctly?
Yes. I've never seen it. Have you?
No. but I already can say it's got stuck. Oh my god. Whatever. Fuck Blumhouse.
And again, tons of news from Comic-Con, including Jennifer Garner got stuck in an elevator for over an hour as she live streamed during her appearance at Comic-Con.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. I can't stand her.
Jennifer Garner? What's wrong with Jennifer Garner?
She annoys me. Like everything she's in, she just annoys the living fuck out of me. Her face annoys me. Her voice annoys me. Her acting ability annoys me. Everything about her annoys me. It's like Julia Roberts, but I'll give her one just because it's Julia Roberts. But other than that, I don't give a fuck about her either.
She's a pretty woman.
She looked better than Erin Brockovich, but I never thought she was that hot either.
And finally, we'll just end with this. We'll end on a high note. One more thing about Deadpool and Wolverine. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman took to social media after the weekend totals were announced. Ryan Reynolds had this to say, and I quote, "This is kind of hard to process, but thank you to everyone who went to see the film this weekend." Unquote. And Hugh Jackman,
All right.
all right. Yeah, I thought that was nice, so I thought I'd share it with you guys in the end.
What a mediocre thanks, but yeah.
Maybe I didn't put enough into that. Thank you all. Oh wait, well Hugh Jackman kind of did because he said Wolverine and Deadpool is the #1 movie in the world. Thank you all, and all was in all caps. How's that? Was that better?
No,
A little bit.
A little better. Okay, there we go.
maybe a tad.
Well, there you have it. So let's move on.
Shall we introduce the guests for the feature?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have someone in the store. Not just someone.
And how appropriate.
Oh! Not
How
just
you guys
someone.
doing?
We have Manhattan in the store. We have
What's going
Manhattan
on?
right here.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I didn't realize the correlation. When you asked me.
Oh,
Thank
folks,
you.
we're so happy because right here on the Video Store Clerks, he is the voice of the Scene Snobs channel. He is the leader of the Snob Nation. He is the internet's favorite snob. Ladies and gentlemen, Mick Manhattan. Mick!
Thank you. Thank you.
Cue the
Gentlemen.
applause. Cue the applause.
My favorite video store, and I appreciate you guys having me back. I love it. And
Always
I'm
welcome.
excited.
Oh yeah,
So
Don't have
excited.
your membership.
No.
I love it. You know what? You guys should all for yourselves get cards made up just to carry around with you, just for you guys, like those laminated like membership cards.
oh yeah. Maybe we
And
should.
then when they sign up for the Patreon, you can have them. They can get one.
Something to
Mail 'em
think
out.
about.
We get it. We can like do that scene from American Psycho when they're
I was thinking the same thing.
have the
I
card.
buy one. You know, somebody gets it personalized. Like that would be so awesome.
That would be dope.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, no bad idea.
So, Mick, are you ready to take Manhattan?
I'm always ready to take. I'll take that whole island right now, down in one gulp. I mean,
Whoa.
sorry.
Whoa. This is a family show.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Mick
we're
does
very-
Manhattan. That's where we go with that one.
Well, we could do it. We could take Manhattan, and I know it because the Muppets did it. That's right, folks. In July 1984. My God, man. Oh, there she is now. Hi, Cora.
5 years before Jason got there.
Yeah.
The Muppets did it first.
40 years ago.
Gosh.
It's hot.
That's a real long time.
It's hot.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a good thing you didn't wear the whole suit.
Yeah, that would have been really hot.
I don't think I've seen this movie until rewatching it the other day, like since I was like little. I remember how old I was when I watched it because I was born in '84, so I didn't see it that year. but I was definitely little, and this actually was not the Muppet movie that I was hoping that it was. There's another one, like the one before it or whatever or something. I don't know. It used to creep me out as a child for some reason. I always liked that one. But anyway,
Muppet. I know the Great Muppet Caper
Hmm.
was one around that time too. No.
Mike, fix your eye. God, that's fucking terrifying.
I can't concentrate.
Mike's eyeballs are on the fritz.
He lost his nose.
He went full gonzo.
Right. Having some go full gonzo.
I love it.
And since we're talking about a movie, it's time for our over-exaggerated synopsis. Muppets Take Manhattan. Broadway bound. The Muppets take Manhattan by storm in this magical musical about breaking into show business. What? Fresh out of college. That's right. I was always weird about that. I know. Fresh out of college, Kermit, Fozzie, and the entire cast of Kermit's musical Manhattan Melodies. I always have trouble saying that. Manhattan
saying a lot of
Melodies. Manhattan Melodies. Head for the Big Apple. I could say that, though. I could say that. I could say Big Apple. They head for the Big Apple with plans to turn their small play into a big hit. All they need now is someone to produce their show. But when no one in town will even meet with them, what? It's up to Kermit to believe hard enough for all of his friends that the show will go on.
Nicely done.
Awesome.
Ta-da!
All right, now before we go any further, I just want to squash any rumors that might be out there on Reddit. Mick, I had heard that you were going to do a karaoke version of some of the greatest film show tunes and call it Manhattan Melodies. Is this true, or can we just squash this rumor right now, put it to bed?
I didn't know I was going to have to announce tonight, but it's actually, we did a name change. It's Mick Manhattan's Melodies of Musical Moments, and we are going to be launching this October.
Wow. You've heard it here. You've heard it here first.
Everywhere.
You've heard it here first on the Video Store Clerks podcast. This is incredible. Wow. I can't wait for that.
We got breaking news up in here.
So make sure you go onto the Scene Snobs channel and subscribe, like everything on there. Man,
Thank you.
puts on some good shit.
Links are always in the description.
We just caught like the last 30 minutes of your show whenever we were going on there.
Tell them the clerks sent you.
I love you guys. You guys got to come back on, man. You come hang out. We'll talk some horror. We got some stuff.
We'll talk anything.
That's why I didn't stay on Robert Downey Jr. very long, because I was like, man, he's probably so sick of talking about that.
I was growing a little tired. I was like, I'm kind of over this. Now it's just so
it's
much.
like, it's going to be a lot. Like, this movie doesn't come out for another 2 years. It's going to be a long 2 years.
Oh, it's going to be like waiting for this fucking Tyson fight.
Oh, right.
I think we'll get the new Avengers movie before we get the Tyson fight.
Maybe.
I want to watch Tyson rip that motherfucker apart.
That's going to be great.
When it happens, it's going to be amazing.
Got to keep it in New York.
And the Muppets Take Manhattan, of course, directed by the great Frank Oz on a budget of $8 million. It brought home $25.5 million. Not bad. Still a good day at the office. 1984. That's 1984 money. So there you go. Yeah, I know I saw this when I was a kid, but I didn't remember. I was basically watching the movie for the first time.
Yes,
last week. So
wait, how much did it make?
$25.5 million, buddy.
Where the fuck is my paycheck?
You'll have to talk to accounting.
I'll tell you, this movie has one of my favorite moments, like scenes in movies, and that's when they're trying to hail the cab, and Gonzo just launches himself onto the street. It's just every time it cracks me the hell up, and it's a perfect New York moment.
I mean, obviously, I don't think any of us are the target audience for this movie anymore.
Not anymore.
But,
not anymore. I hope
not
not.
anymore.
We're all grown up.
I clarified. So it's not a bad movie, but
or maybe we are. Look at us.
We got all the merch.
True.
We got all the merch.
We're big kids.
Yeah, I did watch this with Dax, and at first he didn't want to watch it, and I was like, "Come on, man! You know, it's not animatronics because he loves that shit." But like, I'm like, it's give it a chance, and he got pretty sucked into it. He thought he was laughing his ass off on it. So,
It's good, wholesome production.
Oh yeah, it was good. He was liking the music and stuff. Yeah, he was having a good time with it.
Nice.
It was really weird watching it though. It was
I
strange.
felt weird watching it, but then I found myself enjoying it and kind of like bopping around to the musical scenes. Like the fucking rats are great.
Yeah, the rats.
I think it's hard to not love the Muppets. Like,
right.
Just in our age range on, like, because that was our, they were everywhere when we were kids. Like, I'm not saying you have to like the movie, and I don't, for the most part. I don't go to them much, but honestly, like, like when you see the Muppets, like, you're beaming, like they are a source of joy. So it's hard to at least not get into their movies if you can,
Kermit the Frog here.
After watching that shit, like I kept thinking about, I was like, I need to go back, and like I ended up watching a couple episodes of the Muppet Babies cartoon from back in the 80s.
Man, I love the Muppet Babies. That shit
came out like a few months after this movie was released. I think July, and then the Muppet Babies came out in '84, but it was in September.
That's so funny.
So crazy.
That was my jam as a kid.
That was same.
We were watching it, and we were like, "Fuck, man! Like I feel like we're going to elementary school again."
And it's one of those things. It's like it's so unappreciated in this day and age now because of CGI and all the fucking shit, all the digital shit. And it's like the masterful fucking work by Jim Henson and his crew. You don't see that anymore. Very rarely. And it's a lost art. And we can appreciate this shit, but these younger kids, they're like, man, fuck this shit. And it's a shame.
It really is.
Yeah, because Jim Henson and what he created, it was just truly astonishing for the time.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just think the way this shit was filmed and just how good it still looked, like, that's fucking great. Yeah. Like whenever like they're fucking scooters riding the bicycle or whatever, like that shit looked good.
And at least they were in Manhattan, unlike the next movie we're gonna talk.
Right. Yeah, sometimes I found myself like not really paying attention to the story much and just looking at it and be like, man, how did they even do that?
Right.
Yeah.
I like the scene where Animal attacks the dude in the hallway. And like the guy, like he's just dragging on. He's like, Animal was always my favorite.
Yeah, that shit cracks me up whenever like he snatches Gonzo by the nose and Animal's just like hovering in the doorway, just fucking all ninja style. Like, rah!
That was Dabney Coleman, wasn't it? That was the part you were talking about, Dave, that you liked.
Yeah, I did laugh at that, but when he got attacked by the chickens too, and he was running around the lobby. Yeah, I smiled. I laughed a couple times.
Oh yeah, there's funny parts in it, definitely.
There's like a level of writing that doesn't really exist in Hollywood anymore. That like back then, movies like this that were geared towards kids, and I would say Ghostbusters too, like a lot of those, Gremlins, they worked with kids, but the adults had their portion of it as well.
Yeah,
like they and you don't see that a lot anymore in like the kids' movies. You do. I mean, it's there, but it's usually more like a satirical pop culture or something than it is deep rooted.
Yeah.
Or it's more prevalent in television, fucking Sesame Street and shit like that. You would always see, you'd always have the famous person coming to interact with the characters or whatever, and the kids.
Yeah, for sure.
I have to say the rats are my favorite, like one of my favorite. Like,
the rat shit cracked me up.
You ever dated a rat before?
That one part, man, where he shows like Miss Piggy is there and she's about to take the chick's order, and then Kermit calls for her because he just got a letter or whatever, and she leaves, and the rat comes up to the attractive woman, and
Brooke Shields, wasn't it?
Was it? I think that was.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there, and the rat's just like he's like almost his eyes like these fucking weirdo eyes. And she's like, "Are you okay?" He just looks all fucked up. I just started cracking up. I was like, "Oh my god,
good shit,
too funny, too funny."
It's top jokes.
Yeah, the rats were my favorite part, and of course, they all work in a diner.
Of course,
this group of rats. And I like the one in the part in the movie theater too, when he's throwing the popcorn. It's 3D, man. The popcorn buckets on his eyes. 3D.
That is a great part.
I don't know, I like whenever Miss Piggy's chasing the fucking mugger dude.
Oh yeah, on the roller skates.
That's just so good. That's just fucked up at the end though. Like when fucking what did I say his name was? What the fuck?
Gregory Hines.
He comes running up and he's like, "You can keep the skates. I just like wearing shorts."
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What the fuck just happened?
That was
The
so
late
random.
Gregory Hines.
Oh. Love it.
Liza Minnelli showed up in the rest. Yeah, we get to see Kermit wear all those disguises.
Yeah.
Which to me, like the whole premise of how they just interact with people and how when people see the Muppets, they're just cool with it.
Yeah.
It's very funny to me.
Yeah.
It just adds to the charm. And Kermit comes in with all these different disguises. You know, he's trying to sell the movie, trying to get word out.
There's a frog with an afro. What?
And then later, poor Kermit gets hit by a taxi. It was a taxi, wasn't it?
Yeah.
then I don't. That whole part was kind of weird. It didn't seemed a little out of place. The whole amnesia thing.
He's like checking his bones and his legs and shit. And she's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that was the weirdest part. He's in the hospital. Yeah, he's in the hospital, and that doctor's checking him out, and she's just putting him. It's like, "Yep, you got amnesia. You're fucked." You know, all we can do is give you some clothes and send you on your way. The guy has no fucking clue who he is, where he's at. Just
I'm
see you later,
Phil.
pal.
I love it.
Then aligns himself with a couple other frogs and turns into like a salesman or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Selling soap. Ocean spray soap before it was a fucking juice.
Ocean breeze soap. It'll
Yeah.
get you clean.
Yeah, ocean breeze.
I love how Kermit actually ends up being, he gets knocked back into his brain back into place, I guess, when Miss Piggy like punches him,
Like jumping.
because he was being, I mean, dude, he was being an uber dick. I mean, he's like a frog and a pig. He's just like going crazy and just saying all kinds of like mean
Those are like
shit.
the biggest insults too, because he's like, I guess I'm gonna go hog wild.
Yeah.
Are you gonna bring home the bacon? And I'm like, oh, is that
cutthroat?
Is that what Kermit really thinks deep
Right?
down? Because this is the takeaway I had the most from watching a film that I haven't watched since I was a kid. Now I'm an adult watching it, and just how abusive Miss Piggy is, and what a terrible character she is, and how she's manipulative. Really, she's jealous. She's abusive in so many different ways to Kermit. And you even see it at the end once they get married, where he's just like, I don't know if I want to fucking say I do here. He's like very hesitant because he's like, man, it seems like he's pressured into doing it, where he's like, I do, he wasn't certain that he wanted to do it. So I feel like, once he has that amnesia and that kind of fear of Piggy is gone out of his mind, this is his real thoughts coming out. Like, yeah, you're just a big fat pig bitch, and I don't want nothing to do with you.
Cancel.
That's Kermit's thoughts. All right.
Yeah. No, I've always thought Miss Piggy was annoying as shit. But yeah, watching this, there's definitely there's some abusive issues that I don't think they ever covered.
Terrible. What?
Forget she stalks him for half the movie.
She stalks him. Yeah, she rips off. She's like standing there by the construction workers, and it rips off a pipe and starts beating the hell.
Dude, that scene was kind of fucked up in general.
Out of a trash can.
You got the construction guys like, look at that sweet thing, like blah blah blah. I'm like, what the fuck is a fucking pig?
Listen, I don't want to go on a tangent or anything, but like, this is basically the Joker and Harley Quinn in reverse.
No.
Yeah, in a way, kind of. Yeah, I didn't think about that shit.
I can see that. Yeah, that whole scene with the construction guys whistling at her and shit, that was kind of creeping me out.
I'm uncomfortable.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
I think I need to take a break from this movie.
I think it would have been funnier if like one of the construction guys was like whistling and catcalling her, and the other ones are like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Right. Are you okay?
Because she's wearing like a trench coat or whatever. I mean, but you can still tell she's a fucking
face.
Well, they don't see her face because she's facing forward. But I don't know what the hell they're looking at.
Right? Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird. That's like
funnier if someone's like, "I'd still hit it."
Yeah, I mean, because you have that rat scene we were talking about just a minute ago, where he's talking about interspecies dating.
Yeah.
So You know, they kind of touch on it. Little Howard the Duck-esque moments where you're like, is something really going on here? And they even kind of tease it with Kermit and the chick at the diner.
Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny, where, you know, they're always hugging and Piggy sees it and she freaks out.
Like, where's that movie? I think we need more of that story. You know,
What, Kermit and Jenny?
No. We need more of the adult version, like the Meet the Weebles version of like.
I'm sure it's on the internet.
Where it's like, no, just like where eventually like Kermit just gets tired of her shit and like rips her apart, and at the end of it, him and that chick are eating bacon.
Wow.
Did we just get dark there? I'm sorry.
Like you know that Piggy's having a bad day because she's like stalking Kermit and sees him having a good time with Jenny or whatever. But I want to know what the fuck Joan Rivers has going on in her life.
Oh
yeah. Because
I forgot about that. Yeah.
That whole fucking scene was just like, what's going on here? Like,
I will tell you what, I completely get why stars of the time were on the Muppets. You didn't. It's almost like being Simpsonized. Like you didn't make it as a celebrity until you were like doing this,
right?
Yeah.
And so, like, I always appreciated the Muppets for like their impact on pop culture.
Ooh la la!
Must be an inside joke.
We're not doing Back to the Future.
But no, definitely, it was cool going back and watching this, and when I saw the Muppet Babies too, because I guess like you said that scene with the Muppet
intro to
Muppet, must have gave birth to the
that was a segue.
Yeah, because like I said, it came out like 2 months later.
And I think I like the Muppet Babies more so than any of the films. Like my beef was whenever I watch Muppet Babies, the cartoon, my favorite was always Gonzo, and he looks completely different than he does in the films. So I always kind of had heat with the films because I'm like, he looks so fucking run down and shitty in the films, and he looks like cooler as the cartoon character. And it's like two different, completely different things.
Matt will do that to you.
Huh.
Oh, so there's his backstory.
Well, he didn't look bad in this. Whenever they went back to like the baby flashback stage, like he looks similar to the way he looked in the cartoons.
Yeah, that's the way I like him. Not the fucking junky looking.
Didn't age well. He's stressed out. Like,
I mean, he's a whatever. So
I mean, he married a chicken. So I mean, there's got to be like
needs mouth to beat resuscitation.
So him and the chicken. So him and the chicken were an item. Is that what I got from that? I didn't realize that. Like,
yeah, they had a real relationship.
That's weird.
I think did they get married? I can't remember if they
got married. Yeah, he talks about they got married and
they had baby chickens.
They did the whole stunt
chicken
thing.
fucker.
Yeah, weird movie. But
it's good though. Like it's weird. Like I felt weird watching it, but then I found myself kind of like liking it because I didn't really remember it. And just like I said, the way it looked, I couldn't be mad at it.
Right.
I mean, I
was excited about watching it.
But
yeah, it's obviously not for us, but it's nice going back, it's reliving and seeing the Muppets again and having fun with it. It's not a fucking knockdown, fucking drag out love fucking movie that you're gonna want to fucking pop in and watch all the time. But it applies to the theme tonight. That was the thing. We were talking about doing the anniversary of Jason Takes Manhattan since the 35th anniversary, and it's like, why not do a double feature and just be completely fucking crazy and do Muppets Take Manhattan too? So
two sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, it's like such a weird combo, but it lines up. 35 years, 40 years, and just a fun little gimmick we threw together tonight. So
I did find it funny that Lonnie Price dude was in it because I was sitting there watching it and he popped up and I'm like, that's the fucking dude that was trying to date Jenny Gray in Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked to see him. I was like, oh, he did other things. I get
it. So yeah, all kinds of little cameos. Like we said, Jim Henson, Frank Oz, man, just fucking masters at their craft. And like I said, the modern audience doesn't have an appreciation for what we grew up with, and it's
true.
a shame.
Very true.
But yeah, time that took a lot of work.
What's your favorite Muppet, Dave?
I always like Gonzo too.
Gonzo?
I was a Gonzo guy too.
Chad?
I was a Gonzo and a fuck.
A fuck?
I was a fuck. I always liked Beaker. He was just funny. Like I like the science guys.
And you liked Animal, Chuck? That was your favorite?
Loved Animal.
Mick, what do you think?
Mine is Fozzie.
Fozzie was cool.
Nice.
Fozzie. Waka waka.
Yep. Terrible jokes, but a good heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, me and Dave were talking. We were like, Animal's just really Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah.
Or did
I've yet to be able to do that voice. I've tried for years. It just doesn't work.
Right? Hey, Tamara.
One day.
What up, honey?
What's up?
Everybody does take
YouTube videos.
Oh, they got new YouTubes. The new
YouTube.
YouTube.
Check out the Carols and see what the series is up to these days.
Love the Count, Animal, and Gonzo. Another point for Gonzo.
But
Are you
Sesame
ready?
Street
I hope so.
Sesame Street was different from Muppets, though, wasn't it? Or
Well,
did-
Big Bird showed up in the end.
Well, didn't Henson
Yeah.
did both, right?
I remember seeing
Yes,
it.
it did them both. Okay.
Yeah, they are
Count.
characters
Yeah.
for sure, but only in the movies, really.
Yeah. Because like I was gonna say, like I always love the Count too.
I'm
One
pretty
ha ha ha.
And I'm pretty sure Kermit was in the first season of Sesame Street, wasn't? And he
I
got
thought
act-
it was on, but it might be. I mean, that's a long time. But yeah, he was definitely on Sesame Street because he did
Yeah.
like the reports. Remember
Yeah.
the trench coat and the hat?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And they
it
got
would
rid of
be
him.
Like Kermit, as we knew him, he would be like, "Oh, Kermit on the beat" or something like that.
Yeah, this is Kermit the Frog here with the news.
Love it.
Actually, when I was a kid, we went and saw. They used to do Sesame Street at different places all the time, but they weren't always recorded. When I was a kid, we went to one they did it at, I forgot what zoo it was, but at some zoo they were doing like a whole thing there. Like, yeah, I kind of forgot about that. It's interesting. I'm old. That's what's really good about talking about these movies. You realize how old you are.
Now, Chuck, you said you watched it with Dax. Did he have a favorite coming out of it, or no? He didn't really say.
Hold on a second.
Uh-oh. We're gonna get
He's
this out.
awake.
I would push people and urge them to at least go check out like Muppet Treasure Island and the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Both very solid Muppet movies.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think I saw they had one in space. I didn't even know that shit existed. Like,
Oh, that's a good one too. Muppets in Space,
yeah.
where Gonzo may be an alien. They're not sure.
See, I liked him because he always reminded me of Alf.
I love Elf.
The chef cracks me up.
He has no idea. He's like, I don't know.
He started
So-
speaking gibberish there.
I was kind of excited to see what he was going to say, but he's in there drawing, so he's not even really giving a shit right now.
Well, I'm kind of fucking pissed that nobody said Rolf. What the
He
fuck?
must be.
What the fuck kind of podcast is this? Hey, settle down, pal.
Yeah, they always blame the dog.
What's that smell? What's that smell? And they all look at him.
Yeah.
Kind of racist, if you ask me.
True. One of the truest statements.
Shame on you.
Well, there you have it. The Muppets did it. They took Manhattan.
They did. Took it by storm, and they were in Manhattan.
So it worked out.
True.
Well, it's not over for Manhattan because 5 years after the Muppets did it, Jason Voorhees did it.
Jason. New episodes, 80s horror. I like it.
And this movie was released just a few days ago, July 28th, 1989. And this one especially makes me feel old because I vividly remember going to see this at the theaters when it came out. My dad took me, and there was one other person in the theater.
Pretty good.
So we kind of had a private screening.
Man, Mike did that last week with Long Legs.
So there's a special place in my heart for Part 8. I'll always like Part 8.
Same.
I get the hate that it gets because it's false advertising. It should be called Jason on a
Takes
boat.
a boat.
Yeah.
I'm on a boat.
Jason takes a cruise.
Yeah.
And
from the middle of a lake.
Which doesn't make sense whatsoever.
There's a lot that doesn't make sense to me, but like Dave said, I too also have a special place in my heart for this movie.
Oh yeah.
But I also understand the hate that
he walks to New York City underwater.
Really for the live guys, let me show you this real quick. I'll always keep that poster up because that one for me. It was one of the first movies I was really aware of the marketing.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when they put up before they canceled them, they were putting up early I Heart New York with Jason ripped through, and they had to go up and they had to repost over them because I lived in Jersey City, so we were right outside the city, so like it was sort of a big, where they would post everything, and they had to take them out real quick because New York did not like that.
Yeah, I remember seeing the original poster when it came out. I left seeing another movie, and that how they had the posters throughout the theaters, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, what? Huh? But a lot of issues came from the budget because in the original script, this is from the writer Rob Hedden, says everything about New York was going to be completely exploited and milked. There was going to be a tremendous scene on the Brooklyn Bridge, a boxing match in Madison Square Garden. Jason would go through department stores. He'd go through Times Square. He'd go into a Broadway play, which connects to our previous film. He'd even crawl onto the Statue of Liberty and dive off, which I'm guessing that's where the final battle was originally supposed to take place. Because remember, she had that necklace.
Yeah.
I want to see this fucking movie and how this shit was going to go.
Yeah. So all that was going to cost a fortune, and based off of how Part 7 did, there was no way they were going to get that money from Paramount to do all that shit. There was no way. But
no,
it's fun to think about.
Which is surprising. Yeah. It's surprising to me because I feel like we can just drive up to New York right now and film all of that, minus jumping off the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, but I mean, what's a battle with Jason on the top of the Statue of Liberty look like? Because, like, if you can't take him out with a full wooded area, what are you going to do with a limited area where if you fall, at this point, just jump?
No shot.
I've always said with Jason, I don't know why anybody just didn't try to chop his arms off.
Oh shit, that's a good idea. I never even thought about it until you just said that.
Well, they would later blow him up in the next movie, so
true.
I love that one too. So
decapitating, put the arms in the bucket.
I can never watch.
Done.
I can't watch all these movies without watching all of these movies. It has to be a marathon.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, it's always fun to do marathons, but yeah, this was one that what just happened. What?
That was weird.
But they gave up on us and just let us host the show.
Okay.
Camera fucking fucked up.
Weird.
Camera came unplugged, sir.
I don't know how.
God damn it.
Jason did it.
Keep going.
Right. Jason knew you were going to try and take Manhattan, and it wasn't cool with him.
Yeah, no, I always liked this one even as a kid because it was one that was always on TV. It was always on USA, TNT sometimes, but usually USA. Like Up All Night, or they'd have a marathon all day long, and it would be like the same 4 movies back to back. And
did the viewers just see my crotch?
Yes,
probably.
I'm not wearing any pants.
That would be funny. But like, yeah, this one in 5 were always played, and it was usually like 5 and 7 and 8 were always being played, and I always thought that was one thing that I was always kind of like, what the fuck? Like I kind of like this movie. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I don't know. I just think it's a fun movie, But
yeah, this is definitely. I agree with you. It is a fun movie. The kills are great.
Oh yeah.
They're fantastic in this. It's I feel like this and Part 6 and maybe Part 1 are the ones when you really think about Jason just off the top of your head. And I'm talking about not avid Jason Friday the 13th fans. I'm talking about people who just like maybe picture Jason. Those are the ones they probably picture the most.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
For sure. And this one makes sense. It's I'd say it's the most campy with Jason completely in it throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, they don't shy away from stuff. It's pretty quick when they get into it. Well, I mean, after the long ass opening, that's got to be like one of the longest openings in horror franchises.
What a great song, though. Great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because you get a look at New York from the late 80s, man. Totally different time period. Where fucking Times Square is full of fucking sex shops and drug addicts, and now it's a completely different fucking everything, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's
now
cool
sex shops, but they call them yoga studios.
Right. Like, yeah, I mean, like, there's cool shots and stuff. I just watching it, you're like, okay, we get it. Like, they could have cut it off, like, the second course, but whatever.
Well, it's like the budget didn't allow them to film scenes in New York, so it's like we'll take shots of New York, and then we'll film everything in Vancouver.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
You get that like 15 minutes in New York. Well, not even really 15, but like they stretch that one out.
Yeah.
Well, should we have?
That we'll see later in the film when Jason finally does get to New York.
Should we go through a synopsis real quick of like the plot of this movie?
Sure.
I can go get the VHS real quick.
Comes back to life, hops about, goes to New York, dies intoxicated.
There it is.
In a nutshell. Thanks, guys, for coming out tonight.
I love it.
No, it's because it does the usual shit at the beginning of it, where the couple is on the boat and he's trying to scare her and tells her the story of Jason after he like fake stabs her and puts on the mask or whatever. And like,
what was that?
My door opened.
Oh, Chuck got a little fucking scared there. I seen that.
No, because my door opens. My kids were running around. I'm pretty sure he's one pushed it open.
Yeah, right.
But you never know.
You were fucking pissed scared. You thought it was Jason.
Jason busted through the door and tried to kill him in the shower.
And one thing about this Jason is this is the pissed off Jason. There's scenes in this movie where you can't see his face, obviously, but you can tell Kane is fucking pissed. And one of my favorites is when he punches out that mirror when he goes to kill the blonde. I forget what the character is. But he fucking stomps in there and boom! He lays into that mirror as hard as he can. Like, man, Kane looks fucking pissed.
And then you can tell whenever he snatches the cop up. Like you can tell he's like using everything he got, and he's just putting the cop into the goddamn alleyway.
There's a lot of fucked up shit in this movie too, though. I mean, it kind of makes you. Even going back to the Muppets, like watching the stuff they wouldn't allow these days, like in the Muppets movie where dude's smoking a cigarette, they couldn't get away with that now. But but I don't know. It was just kind of weird to see like how, because they kind of got dark. Like, I know it's a Friday the 13th movie, but they kind of got kind of dark at certain points. And like, not to skip all the way to the fucking end, but I mean, they do have a dude inject her with something. Like, there's I don't know. But there are some good kills though when it comes down to it.
Her uncle throws her into the fucking lake.
Yeah. He's a dark character.
The fucking dime store F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah, dude, what a dick. Like, dude, yeah, like I don't understand what his issue is with her going. Like, I know that she's scared of water or whatever, but there's like something else there that's never really explained why he just is so adamant about her not going on the trip. Like, I don't know. I get kind of a weird. They don't really cover it, but there's kind of a weird, kind of vibe with the uncle, and so you kind of hate him from the fucking beginning, and
And that was another part with a pissed off Jason when he fucking turns him upside down and drowns him in that barrel full of whatever the hell it was that was in there. Some New York sludge.
Full of rats.
Ooze. That's what it is. It's ooze. Fucking turtles jump out the sewer and
that's what it was. Man, so many references.
Where's that fucking movie?
I've been to New York many a times, and I haven't seen a barrel of green sludge just chilling.
Not now. It's all clean now.
That's all. Thanks, Giuliani.
If anybody wants to know about wholesome, it's that guy.
Oh my god.
But yeah, going back to the beginning where you were saying, Chuck, the kids are on the boat. I want to know where the fuck that guy got a high quality replica hockey mask.
Yeah.
in the late 80s. All right. They weren't making them.
Plus, it was all scratched up and had the exact same.
It was perfect.
Fucking indent where he had the fucking slash from fucking Corey. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of stupid. But I love it when they're doing it, when they're in coitus, and she sees it, and she immediately just hightails it out the window, and dude just sits there. It's like, dude, you have a chance. Just push her ass out there quicker, and then get out the fucking. I don't know. And then when he gets him with the fuck, I don't know.
Jumped in that cubby, like. As of
why?
Right now, the place for you is the fucking water.
Dive, swim.
Actually, I don't think thinking about. I don't think there is a safe place in this movie if he's after you. I mean, because this is also the first movie that we see him where he can, like, you know,
teleport.
He's here, then he's here. Yeah, like that was something that kind of blew my mind when I first saw this movie back in the day, and that it's still because it's not in any other movies. Like, he just appears wherever, and it's like you first see it on the boat with the girl with the flying V guitar when she goes down to do the recording.
Oh, a good one.
Oh yeah, and I always had a crush on her too, obvious reasons. And he's up here, and she runs, and then he's right in front of her and gets her with the axe, like not the little axe, but you know, the guitar. Now, and that's her first time, and it's like, oh, this is a game changer. Like, so there really is no safe place. And her being in the water probably been even worse. That's the girl that checked the beginning. You know, I mean, he can get in the fucking water. He can just.
Yeah, but she had a better chance of getting away faster. She would have died eventually, yeah, but.
Yeah, that's true. She just would have prolonged it for a little while.
Right.
She's like, I mean, she had plenty of time. Yeah, I mean, her boyfriend was getting his guts like stabbed in. So, you know, what did she just sit there and watch it?
I mean, she just kind of like lays there and takes it. That's why that guy looked upset.
There of time where this movie was a trivia question because Kelly Who is in it. It was
Kelly
like
Who?
between like
Kelly Who?
It's between like X2 and like whenever her like star died out, which maybe like 5 years later.
Yeah.
But I just remember every trivia night and everything like that. Just like, what Jason movie? What Friday the 13th movie?
What else was she in?
I don't remember. She was in Scorpion King, I think. A couple other things.
A lot of
I believe. I think so.
I like that guy. Who?
Kelly Who?
Well, I wouldn't be the scene snob if I didn't know that.
A lot of TV. Scorpion King. Strange Days. She's just an anchor woman. No, not big roles. The Doors. So yeah.
Sweet.
Interesting.
Yeah, this movie though, like, it just seemed like it lacked some of the cool kills. I mean, there was the obvious one, and the rest of them were just kind of meh.
The boxer's got to be the best.
The boxer is the best.
I think that's the one everybody remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like all the other ones were just kind of, you know what I mean? Like, they were just there. Like, you don't really see a whole lot. It just kind of happens.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that was supposed to be in the Madison Square Garden, in the garden.
Probably.
And they ended up on a rooftop.
I just want to know what was going through like Jason's mind as he's getting his ass kicked or whatever. Well, not even his ass kicked, but this dude's fucking breaking his fists on his hockey masks. Like, I wonder if he's like thinking like, this guy's really giving in some good shots here. If he's just like, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy here in about 10 seconds. Then he does. Take your best shot. Like, all right, I'll fucking punch your head off it and let it land in a fucking dumpster. Then I'm gonna shove it on this cop's dashboard.
Why are you gonna punch a fucking guy wearing a hockey mask in the face?
Right, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
With bare knuckles, you can see his hands are all fucked up and bleeding everywhere. Like just do some body shots, you know, try to get him down, fuck him up.
That was pride fucking with him.
His best bet would have been trying to push him through that skylight.
No.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. Like just fucking uppercut him right through that skylight.
Right.
Now what's up, motherfucker?
They should have
You
done
win.
those robots. Remember those robots that you like the rock and sock 'em robots? They should have just done something like that where he uppercut him and like his spine and everything. See, there's a good. That'd been good. That'd
Fatality.
Cool. That'd be my favorite. That'd be my favorite fatality in one of those movies. They would have done it that way, but they didn't. So that's all up here.
And another bit of trivia: our final girl in this film, Rennie, was played by Jensen Daggett, and the role was originally offered to Pamela Anderson and Lisa Wilcox. If you don't know who Lisa Wilcox is, she is a famous final girl from the Nightmare films who played Alice.
Yeah, sure.
Nightmare 4 came out in '88, so I don't know when that call came in to play this. I think it had to have been before Nightmare 4, right? But I don't know. Well, wouldn't that have been interesting? We have 2 final girls from each franchise.
And to connect this to Alf, who was mentioned earlier, she was in an Alf movie.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Project Alf, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made for TV Alf movie.
Fucking Project Alf.
Oh man,
I just watched that so long ago, actually. Well, probably about a year ago now, but
my nipples are hard from all the nostalgia tonight. This is great.
There's so much nostalgia.
Mine are too. It's crazy.
Jensen Daggett, her first role ever. You couldn't tell.
Oh yeah,
I always had a crush on her.
Me too.
Really?
Me too.
Yeah.
I always thought she was cute.
Well, do you remember the episode? You ever watch Home Improvement?
Yes, I remember that episode too. She
was the sister-in-law, and Tim walks in on her in the shower, and I was like, if they just moved that shower curtain just a little bit more.
And another funny part about it, the guy who played Tim's brother, her husband on the show, was also starred in Project Alf alongside of her.
Oh yeah, he was in that.
Yes.
See how we do
That's
it?
funny.
It's all together, man. And it's I don't know how we do it sometimes, but we do.
Better calm down, Tamara.
I'm excited for that. Yeah, I knew it. The girls are drinking. Woo!
Dave said, "You're excited. Feel these nipples."
I'm coming over to party with you girls.
Now, see, before I was saying Peter Richmond was kind of a dime store F. Murray Abraham. I always thought that, what's her name? Jensen Daggett was like a dime store Rene Russo.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I think that's a little hard on
Jensen
Daggett because she was like Rene Russo was better established at the
I don't see it.
Just the look.
No.
You don't see it?
I don't see that.
Not at all.
I definitely don't see how she correlates to
not one fucking bit. No, I'm totally with you on that one. No.
Their boyfriend
Rene Russo?
Pussy.
Yeah.
Like
I could see with the curly hair. They both had like kind of curly hair and they had that like bubbly type of
Rene Russo, who was in like one of the Lethal Weapon movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
no, she doesn't look a goddamn thing like her.
No. What?
There is nothing. I don't understand where you're coming from. What is wrong with you, Mike?
Look.
Look at her. She's cute.
Oh, that's right. She was also
Rene
starring
Russo really isn't
my favorite Major League back in
back to the minors.
Right. Yeah.
Back to the minors.
Yeah.
She was. She was his girlfriend.
I don't think she looks like her.
All right.
Maybe
well,
hair. Maybe hair.
all right.
But that no, I don't see
Well,
it.
she went wasn't she blonde in Home Improvement too?
Yeah.
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 Well, she wasn't like. I mean, she was like.
I like the
dirty
red
blonde.
hair better. Oh yeah, you.
Party time.
Excellent. Okay.
Ted, don't forget to wind your watch.
It's a different movie, Dave.
I'm bringing it around.
That's fair. It's very fair.
Fair.
No.
But yeah, no, not the greatest of the Friday the 13th movies by any means. It is, considered to be one of the worst ones, but it goes down to it's also fun. Like we know that it doesn't make sense that a boat is going from Camp Crystal Lake or from Crystal Lake and connecting with the ocean
To anywhere.
Go to anywhere, yeah, especially to get to fucking like New York. That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I mean, because it's a lake.
I'd like to officially declare this movie the worst New York City movie of all time.
Wow, that's
Oh,
big.
I don't know about it.
No, I love the movie. It's a great Jason movie. It's just fun, but it is the worst New York City movie of all time because there's barely any New York City.
I would almost say New York Ripper, but I really love that movie. But it's pretty bad too.
It is bad, but like this one, like at least that took place in New York.
Okay, I mean you're right on that one. I can't argue with that. Yeah, that I don't know. It's the question that will never get answered. Why did they do it the way they did it? I mean, okay, they're going to be on a boat. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. Cool. Get to New York quicker, and then have like the carnage, and then do some other things. And because I mean, they really could have had more fun with it. Instead of just here's a couple of junkies, and we're gonna get away from them, and they're gonna do all this shit. No, Jason's gonna kill everybody, and then it's like, okay, you're back, and now you're in the sewers, and then it goes back to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I would like to see that movie.
They had to break the cycle. The studio said, "Look, we've done 7 of these fucking movies. This guy's at the camp. Who the fuck's going to go back to the camp? Nobody's going back to the camp. We got to get him out of the camp. Where's he going to go? I don't know. New York. Everybody wants to go to New York. Fuck it.
And back then, at that time, Jason could have gone on a tear one night, chasing down these teenagers, running from them or whatever, and murdered people on 42nd Street. And it would take him a long time before anybody got there to get to him.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
You could tear that down apart.
So such a shame. I mean, would you if the studio, if you wrote the script and then the studio said, "Hey, we're only going to give you $5 million to do this movie," well, fuck, there's no way. Would you just rewrite the script? Would you just throw the idea out the window and just?
It could have done better. Because my thing was like these kids on the boat are in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
they graduated him,
and then apparently she was in the lake shortly, I guess, after Jason died. So how old would Jason be?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Is that shortly after he died, or was it just?
I mean, when she was a kid, I mean, depending on when they were trying to make it, because they're trying to go like with the original. With it, he drowned, and that was when he originally died, not part 6.
I assumed he was like sort of like because doesn't she have like a clairvoyance, and there's a connection because she was drowning in there too,
right?
So I always just looked at it as like she almost drowned in that lake, and it was sort of like her clairvoyance or whatever that was making her think of Jason, and then she connected with him when he got on the boat.
I'm on a boat. Well, I see, and that makes. I mean, that almost makes sense, but no sense makes sense sometimes.
I mean, it's long legs.
I mean, it is a movie about a guy that's been killed like 7 other times, and then he keeps coming back to kill people. So I mean, you can't really think real.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole connection thing, because that's what I kind of always got from it too. But it's just kind of stupid. It's like they could have. I don't understand why they did this.
I was just always confused about how, like, once all the sewage goes through the fucking pipeline and shit, how he like reverts back to being a little kid.
Yeah, and then what? He's just a little kid laying in the sewer.
Yeah,
nothing. Like he doesn't even like dissolve. He's just a little kid.
Why can't they do some shit where like someone finds this little kid and he's still alive and he just grows up to be like a serial killer?
Can we ask a bigger question? Why are they passing toxic waste in huge amounts to New York City? Like that, and they were walking in that area 20 minutes before, and they were like, "We're just doing a flood out for the night. You better get out of here." Like, wait, so then you just come back and walk the next day? Like, Jesus Christ! Is
that a mask?
There's questions.
There's a lot of questions.
I always thought they were trying to kind of correlate it to part 7 with Tina Shepard, where she's psychic, and now this fucking Rennie chick might have some kind of ability, but it didn't really get there. I don't know what the hell they were trying to do. I don't know. It's weird, man.
Yeah, a lot of, like I said, a lot of unanswered questions.
Actually, Tamara says he wants to be Toxie, I guess. Yeah. And honestly, that's a blueprint you should have used if you wanted to have him on a rampage in New York City.
Right.
Just take it seriously.
Oh, man. Imagine
Toxie versus Jason.
Imagine Jason gets to Manhattan and fucking runs into the Toxic Avenger.
The Toxic Avengers from New Jersey, just like Jason, so we could just have them in their home state.
Oh man,
Toxic goes back and fights.
Yeah, but way better than Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, but there's not any cool landmarks in Jersey. You're not going to have any cool landmarks.
You can go down to the shore and they can kill all of the Jersey Shore characters.
Please
take them. We'll take them down to Atlantic City. Fucking smash them right through a slot machine. Yeah, fuck them up real good.
You're welcome, Hollywood.
They really fucked up the Tropicana.
Well, that might be able to fix the new Toxic Avenger issue. Just fucking do the crossover.
They don't even know that movie's going to come out.
Yeah, they said it was unreleasable.
Yeah. Jesus. So that's crazy to me.
That's going to be a tax write-off here real soon.
How do you get to that point? I mean,
especially with the cast.
I mean, I just watched In a Violent Nature. I got released.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So dream big, guys. Anything's possible.
You missed that, Mick. We fucking did that before, and Chuck likes that film, and I just fucking hate it. And
Chuck likes most of the like. I can.
You can admit it's okay to say you love this film.
I like the movie. I just hate the last fucking 10-15 minutes of it. I like the idea of it. I like the execution for the most part of it. I think the execution could have been better, but yeah, I like it. I'm excited about part 2. Hopefully, it redeems itself in the things.
Making a sequel?
Yeah, there's a sequel already made.
That movie in my head reminds me of Lord of the Rings without any of the interesting ambiance.
Yeah.
And if they had just attached a cameraman to one of the orcs who got lost.
They were trying to show the whole thing was about the killer. And that's why there wasn't music. That's why they didn't have certain things. That's why it was trying to show what that type of killer would be going through, whatever, like to put you in that mindset of it. Like, did it work? Maybe not the best, but they tried, and hopefully they learned from their mistakes in the second one.
So they stole mine and Dave's idea about doing Friday the 13th, the video game, but in real life, but they used the better game.
I think it's interesting. I think they did a good job experimenting with something that's completely different. I got nothing against that whatsoever. It was a slow movie for me, and not having music part of it takes me a lot away from me, especially in horror.
Yeah, it's like we said, good idea, bad execution.
I think it's just a good stoner movie, honestly. Like if you're a certain level, certain level of like just when you want to chill out, smoke one. And
maybe I need to get high. Maybe I need to get high and rewatch this.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like it's got the kind of that chill, you get some cool shots of like the outdoors and things of that nature, and you get these cool kills in between stuff, and it's not really like you don't really have to pay attention to too much. Just the occasional time when people were talking about like the backstories and shit like that. I like that aspect of it, and that's pretty cool. And I think it's a chill movie for the most part, but the last like 10-15 minutes of it is bullshit, and I think they should probably just fucking cut it off and then re-release it as that. But what the fuck do I know?
Speaking of bad execution, the fucking one scene in Takes Manhattan where the chick's on the disco floor, and I don't know what they're trying to go for here. They're trying to make it disorienting, where she's like looking around, she sees him, but then she doesn't see him, and it's fucking weird. And I'm like, I feel like if they would have just done some kind of strobe effect here, it would have made more sense to where first you see him and then you don't.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're looking right at him and then he's gone, there's no other explanation than he's fucking teleporting all over the room.
It's not like they're in like a house of mirrors or nothing.
No.
Oh, and something else that we should discuss is like they also tried to have the guy that was the Warren, the one that was there's a word for it. I'm totally drawing a blank. The guy that's like, you're all gonna die.
Oh, okay.
In the originals, you had what's his fucking face? It has a death curse. That shit.
Crazy Ralph.
Ralph, yeah. Ralph. His name was Ralph.
There you go.
Damn it. Yeah.
Him and Walter.
Yeah.
Ralph and Walter.
But in this one, that guy made sense because he was around the area, he knew the stores and shit. And then you got this fucking weirdo on the fucking boat who's just like, you're all gonna die, blah blah, and all this shit. And it's like, how do you know that? Like,
this voyage is doomed.
Yeah, did you just see Jason walking around? You're like, no, you're all fucked. You're all gonna die. Like,
why the fuck would he get on the boat if he knew from the beginning? There's another shot that cracks me up is whenever the boat's docked at the beginning and fucking Jason jumps up on the chain or whatever. And it's so funny because he grabs a hold of the chain, comes out of the water, and he's like looking around like he's trying to be inconspicuous. I was like, what are you doing?
I was laughing at that shit earlier today, Coops, because like all it reminded me of was whenever like the first season of fucking The Boys when Frenchie's hanging out of the ceiling on the rope and the dude opens the door and he just freezes there and he's just like
Jason's looking around like, oh, did anybody see me? Why the fuck do you care?
It's like a fucking
that way.
like Bugs Bunny episode.
Winter Cell or something.
So silly.
Like
It was like the coyote trying to like, like pull one over on the bird,
No.
It's like, well, Freddy has a lot of charisma. Can we add some to Jason?
He just breathes a lot.
No. It doesn't work. They're all different in their own ways.
Yeah, he's got to be a little stiff, and yeah, that is. I didn't even think about that. It's kind of funny how he does look around like he, like he's a spy trying to get,
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, we gotta go back and add that.
I was like, whenever I was watching that shit today, I kept saying, like, I need to go back in here and re-edit some of this shit. Like after
Jason's like walking against the wall when he gets up on there. Just
like after like he kills people, just throw in some like Arnold phrase taglines.
Stick around.
Yeah.
But here's the guy who basically, for even as a monster, just killed whatever was near. He never really he stalked what was in his domain, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This dude just went to that boat. Like, I mean, why? Like, why would you go to the boat? Why wouldn't you go into the forest?
He's like, ooh, teenagers.
I mean, I guess you could give a half-ass explanation and say that he was like drawn in by Rennie and that connection.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But that's still not even explained.
I feel like a lot of the connections are grasping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a stretch, but I mean, if you were going to give some half-ass explanation, that would be it. Like,
I think it's dumb too, like how her boyfriend gives her a present, which is a fucking necklace that he could easily have bought in New York as a souvenir to give her then. Like, how are you going to order a Statue of Liberty necklace?
It's the thought that counts.
They didn't have Amazon in those days. How'd you get that?
Like, what the fuck? Well, I mean, I have.
Right, I like how she like shows up and he's like, oh, Rennie, you came. I didn't think you were coming. I got you something.
Yeah.
What? You didn't think I was coming, but you got me something. Okay.
What's funny too, it's like a graduation fucking tour or whatever. And there's like 10 people there. I'm like, where the fuck did they go? Paw High? Like, what the fuck?
There's barely any chaperones.
we couldn't afford any other students.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't understand interactions like that either, because it seems like they weren't even dating. He just liked her.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, here's jewelry. I like you. My dad has a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's
check yes or no.
He's supposed to be the son of a captain, and he doesn't know jack shit. Like, his dad's turning over control of the boat to him. He's like, here you go. And his kid's like, I have no.
I don't want to be a boat captain, Dad. Me.
Like that, my entire class here on a party.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to party with my guys. I ain't trying to fucking sit in here with you all day.
What kind of dickhead dad does that too?
That guy.
Not like that.
So it's the same Sexton I guy whenever I was a kid before all this gadgetry.
Now they got the damn computers that do all the work for you.
They made our shit easier.
It's like, fuck off, Dad.
Bastards.
I'm trying to do cocaine with these girls that are here. With Kelly Hu.
Yeah, that was another thing. She's sitting there. The one chick is trying to get Kelly Hu to do the cocaine, and she's like, "I'm the prom queen. You think I'm gonna risk getting caught?" And then they immediately get caught. Twice. Fucking first, Rennie comes up, and she's like, "Hey, have you seen my dog?" They're like, "No." You want to do some coke? No. All right. And the fucking guy shows up. Are you girls doing drugs? What the fuck?
And nothing happened to the dog. So points go to the movie for that. Good job.
Oh yeah, they give that little suspense at the end, which it's like, oh, what's coming up on her? It's like, oh, whatever her fucking dog's name. I can't remember what it was. What was her dog's name?
The dog's name either.
I remember Ken Kate's dog was named Jason. I remember that.
Yeah.
Well,
I do not remember the dog's name in this.
Jason Jason in Manhattan for 8 to 10 minutes.
Toby.
Jason took it in Manhattan.
Who took Manhattan better? That's Toby the question.
Toby Wong? The dog's name's Toby.
That's right.
Fucking Charlie Chan.
I thought you were having an episode.
It's called Jason Takes a Boat to New York.
That's it.
Jason takes a ride on a boat with a bunch of kids that eventually get to New York, and then he becomes a child again, and then drowns in sludge. That's
a kid that looks like a fucking Toxic Avenger knockoff, like cosplay kid.
Well, he only does like part of it. Most of the time, he looks normal.
I don't even
you
know.
guys should have pitched this movie.
The kid,
just like how you did just now. That's the pitch.
There should have never been a kid at all.
No, that's just stupid.
Kid, clairvoyance, everything. It was all.
But it's still a fun movie. We can ignore it and still have a good time watching it.
Yeah. I mean, I like Jason X too. I know
again, the movie's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I still like it.
With one of the coolest kills that they couldn't do it unless it was in this kind of movie, which is like in X with the frozen face and smashing it. I love that scene. That's great. That movie's fucking ridiculous, but it's a fun one to watch. You know,
it is ridiculous.
It's Whitman. It's one of Whitman's favorites next to Manhattan.
All right, now what if they would have done this for part 8? If he would have got resurrected somehow, he comes out, walks up on a shore, goes into the cabins, looks, and there's a note on one of the picnic tables that says, "Hey, we left and went to New York." So he's like, "Oh, I guess I'm going to New York." So we spend the next hour just standing behind Jason as he walks to New York, and then the last 30 minutes of the film is him just getting to New York and fucking killing everybody he sees. That was my biggest beef, because he's like on the train, he's in Times Square, and all these other people get to survive, and he's just so focused on those two people. Like, he should be killing everything in sight.
He should have killed that girl in the diner. I mean, he took care of that one guy. He should just grabbed her by the head and just slammed her head down.
He didn't even really take care of him. He threw him into the mirror. It's not like he killed him necessarily. He could be dead. He fucked him up. But like, he's on a fucking public transit fucking train, just smash. Yeah. You know, that's when I think Jason Takes Manhattan, he gets there and he fucks everybody up. That's what I want to see.
Well, the thing is too, like, whenever he fucking tackles him and he fucking gets electrocuted on the rail, fucking kid's laying on one of the rails that fucking Jason's getting fried on.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
No. Tamara said that the remake is on the Troma Now app.
Is it?
So I may be re-downloading that after a bit.
Well, thank you.
I'm curious if that's. I want to know if that's real. If that's actually what we're thinking it is.
Is it real?
I think it is, actually.
Really?
Thank you, Tamara.
Yeah, that's cool.
Tamara.
I'm glad that came up in the chat. We appreciate that.
No, definitely. Check
I never would have known.
No, I didn't think that it was getting released ever.
Yeah, because I ended up canceling that app probably about 6 months ago.
I thought they were going to end up just writing it off. Like, I thought it was going to get Batgirl. But it didn't.
I mean, it says it came out, like you said. So I'm not on the app. I have to check it, but it looks like it. Like,
I heard it got a small release whenever it first came out.
I don't know. I don't see it, but again, I'm not on the thing, so I don't know.
Take a look. We'll take a look and get back to you.
Yeah,
we'll take a look.
Oh.
Download the app, see what they got. If it's on there, hit the fucking subscribe joint for an hour and a half.
Right.
But I would say, all in all, this is a fun little film. You got to ignore all the dumb shit. Although we'll fucking bury films nowadays and talk about all the dumb shit.
But we still like.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Fucking Kane Hodder always looks badass in these films. Yeah. You know, he's so menacing. He's so brooding. Just the look of Jason. You know,
he is Jason.
Yeah. Yeah. Up until the goddamn mask comes off, and he looks like a fucking. He looks like a guy from RoboCop. Yeah. Right before he gets ran over. He's like, stumbling down the hallway. But yeah, Kane looks so. Jason looks so good in this film, I think. And there's a couple of really great shots. You know, when you see that shot of him in Times Square and it kind of rotates around him, that's a very cool shot. Yeah. And there's little things like that stick out. I don't know if it saves the film overall, but it makes it enjoyable. It makes it palatable, if you will, to where just have fun with it. It's something different. You know, they're out of Camp Crystal Lake, and they're in New York, or Vancouver, whatever the fuck. Nice. Jason Takes Canada. Hey, buddy.
Written and directed by Kevin Smith.
So, and I do believe this was the last one under the Paramount banner too. Went to New Line after this. And I always thought it was cool when the Paramount logo starts. It goes,
yeah,
gets you hyped, gets you pumped.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Well, this one even sounded different. It was like Jason, or something. It was doing something where it was like Jason.
Da, 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 da. Oh, sorry.
That's they should have had some shit like that.
Frankie.
Like, okay, we've had so many terrible ideas in this film. Let's just have Jason walk out on a stage on Broadway, and then everybody looks and they're shocked, and he's standing there and he starts tap dancing. It's fucking full Young Frankenstein. The whole.
I was gonna say Young Frankenstein, except Tommy Jarvis walks out and they start dancing together and they start putting on the Ritz. So that.
Hello, my lady. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Like if he walked into like a rundown old theater in New York, and Jen just started murdering people through the aisle, like he walked in, they chased him through, and he comes in through the back. So like it would just be cool to see him up against the screen.
Yeah,
silhouetted, and then coming down the aisle, murdering people to get to them. I don't know. That would be a cool New York moment, I think, to add to this movie.
Or should the finale have been him up on top where the ball drops right there in Times Square, and the ball comes dropping down on him?
It's the only place in New York he was, Times Square. Yeah, so it makes sense.
Yeah, if it even exists. If there is a script out there with all that stuff we talked about that was originally supposed to be in it, somebody find that. Send that along. I would love to see that.
Yeah. He goes to the top of the Empire State Building, and some gorilla grabs a hold of him, throws him.
Right.
That's a movie.
That's like a Simpsons ending or some shit.
Because it actually said that he's supposed to dive off. Said the words "dive off" the Statue of Liberty.
Andrew Diveoff, the Wishmaster.
I would love to see. I want to see this. I want to find it. It's the internet. It's out there somewhere.
Fuck it. Just go full blown. He gets to the top of the Empire State Building. Gorilla Hand comes in, grabs a hold of him, and throws him back to Camp Crystal Lake. End of movie. Roll credits.
He wouldn't die.
That would have been better than fucking little kid all fucking crying, laying in the sewer.
Right.
Fucking toxic waste comes shooting down, and they're just hanging there on the things, and it's just barely missing them. You know, we're so lucky that the toxic waste is a foot below us. None of it splashing up and hitting us. It's just gonna hit him. Thank God.
It came through there like a fucking wave.
Yeah.
Like why would you even do that? Like just have them push up a manhole cover, climb out, and they look down as, you know, the shit hits Jason. You don't even have to have them. What the fuck?
I bet they didn't even have the city street to do it on.
Yeah, there wasn't even a real street. It's like, oh.
Which is funny too, like the water starts coming, like he just looks pissed scared. Like
Yeah.
And then he starts spitting out water for no reason.
Yeah, I watching that. I asked that question. I never really had thought about it before, but he started shooting the water. I was like, why?
By that point,
Why?
I'm just going with it.
Yeah.
Man, you have to. You have to. You know.
Hey,
it's all coming together.
Waste. Oh my god.
He meets the we
Toxic Avenger meets Jason Voorhees. I think that would be a great movie.
He gets to New York. He has this fucking big face off with Toxic Avenger. Fucking and like I said, the climax. He gets to the Empire State Building. You just see this giant gorilla hand come in and throw him back to Camp Crystal Lake. And you don't actually see the gorilla. You just see the hand throws him back to Camp Crystal Lake.
Splashes.
And then before I got to make an amendment. Before it cuts to the credits, you have Denzel Washington down on the street, smokes a cigarette. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Credits.
Yes.
That would be great.
The ultimate mashup. We got to do some re-editing.
Jason's training. They should do like a comedy short. Jason's training day with Jason Voorhees and Denzel.
All right, you got to do
hilarious.
The Karate Kid training day.
There you go. Man, so many good things. What the fuck are we doing?
Podcasting.
Jason, Toxie, King Kong. Oof, man, this is the fucking New York mashup.
I mean, I just came.
Easy.
Would you like a hot towel?
Well, there you have it. We took Manhattan tonight.
Took it.
And before we go, it's time for our random clip. It's random clip time. Let's see what we got.
It takes patience. She is like the fine, well-aged prostitute. It takes years to learn her tricks.
This Balls of Fury.
Yeah.
Nice.
She is cruel. Laughs at you when you are naked.
The great James song.
But you keep coming back for more and more. Why? Because she is the only prostitute I can afford.
Oh, that man is a treasure.
Oh,
He really is.
Girl with green eyes.
Everything.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Good shit.
Yeah. That was a good one.
All right.
Before we go, everybody has some stuff going on, and we're going to run this ad so we get paid because the video store doesn't pay us anymore. Corporate quit sending us our checks 20 years ago. So run the ad.
You know him from Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat, Nasty Nation, Graveyard Talk, and the Video Store Clerks Podcast. He is the creator of Stoner Gore, Chuck Nasty. And if you have a craving for extreme horror, the following titles may interest you. Thirsty, Sludge, House of Flesh, Going to Hell, Fresh Kills. All available now in Kindle and paperback, only at Amazon.com.
Nice.
Woo! Oh. And also, don't forget erotic gore.
Yeah, don't forget that one.
That's backward, but you get it.
We get it. Fun little read.
Yeah, we get
get your bark bags. Have you all read it yet?
I have not.
I can't wait for y'all to read it. I want to know if the gag factor works with you all too. Everybody that I've talked to that's read the second story in that.
That's kind of a personal note.
Okay, so maybe I worded things wrong there.
I love you, Chuck, but
somebody write the forward and just be like, Jesus Christ, run.
I'm not a fan of pickles.
No banana in the tailpipe.
No, but seriously though, it's disgusting, and I want to know what you all think about it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
29.
I think Muppets Take Manhattan was way better than Jason. Shut.
And yes, you should. I saw the comment that was a minute ago. Yeah, you should definitely check it out.
You can check out our friend Nick Manhattan. Once again, the links are in the description. The Scene Snobs channel. Nick, anything you want to add to tell to the good people?
Yeah, if you guys want to join up, right now we're running this giveaway. if it's cool. We're going to be giving away to one of our lucky patrons the Headpool popcorn bucket from AMC, and to another lucky patron, we will be giving away the Wolverine cup. There's a topper to it as well. So all you have to do is join up on our Patreon, the free tier or one of the paid tiers, and you are automatically entered. We will be doing the picks on August 20th, or once we get to 100 followers on there. So
perfect.
That's what we got going on. Check out the channel.
Awesome.
Check them out.
Thank you.
Check them out. All right, cats, we're getting out of here. What are we doing next week?
Next week, it's time to celebrate the 50th anniversary
50th
of the 1974, the good version of Death Wish with Charles Bronson.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Let's go.
Nobody, the one with Bruce Willis should never have been made.
Charles Bronson.
God damn, 50 years.
That's
50.
crazy, man.
Fucking old.
Man, what's Charles Bronson doing these days?
Man, that'll be cool.
Didn't he die recently?
Daisies.
I haven't seen any of those movies in a long time, too. I rented them all when I was a kid because I used to always see them on the shelf at the video store. I was like, Death Wish 2, Death Wish 3.
Yeah.
I was like, well, what the fuck are these? And so it'll be like watching them for the first time again, almost. That's cool.
Nice.
That girl.
Thank you.
We did too.
Indeed.
Man, that fucking such a good film.
Fun little ride.
Fun little ride. Well, anyway, we're getting out of here. We thank Mr. Mick Manhattan for joining us again. It's always cool when you come and hang out. We love talking movies with you, brother.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for stopping by. Hell yeah.
Stop by anytime. The store's always open for you. We don't like other customers, but you can come in anytime and join us here next week, Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, for Death Wish, the original Charles Bronson Death Wish.
Yeah.
See you then. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Charles Bronson.
Go Yankees! Start spreading the news. I'm leaving the podcast.